Happy Saturday, everybody. As you may or may not know, Gaijin is offering us up a regular old Operation Summer, the good old way that seems like they heard and understood the feedback from the IS-7 grind. So I say good, why not? What the heck, I might as well go for this one. For tanks, you can get a SDKFZ 234/3, so we'll see how that turns out. And the nice thing is, you only need 2 days task worth to get that one, so a much simpler grind. Also, you don't need supporting fires, so it seems like they really heard some of the feedback from the community here. I personally think that the 5.7 lineup that I've got here is one of the better ways to go after a tank event grind, such as the Operation Good Old Summer that they've got. So you might have noticed the shot come in from the right there and knock our fellow S.U.M.M.E.R on fire. He did manage to make it into the cap, extinguish his fire, and then we captured the C point here. Now this battle did go for quite a long time, and I am going to trim some of the empty travel times out of it so you can keep track up at the top with the tickets. But I won't cut out anything where there's actually enemy contact or me shooting at anyone or capturing a point or getting shot at, getting destroyed. You'll see all of that. So I finished up my finished up the capture and moved up to try and suppress them coming off of their B point here. You can see an enemy S.U.M.M.E.R coming, and then an M41 right here, and the third person gun silliness cost me my shot on him. Somebody else is hitting the S.U.M.M.E.R. I couldn't exactly move up on him as I've got this M41 real close on me here. So I backed down the hill to get a little bit of cover, wait for him to come around, took a hit from the far right. That cost me all my turret crew, and with a Panther's reverse, you're probably not going to escape too much needing to back away. And then the M41 pulled up and finished me off. So, not a terribly great start. There's the 5.7 lineup I'm talking about there. Not a terribly great start with the ersatz M10, but that's why it's nice to have a bunch of Panthers in your lineup. Or in this case, just one Panther, the Panther D, but anyway. Moved on up out of our spawn. They're starting to capture the C point, and there's an enemy tank marked over here. Oh, there he is. It's our friend, the aforementioned S.U.M.M.E.R. Let him have it with a quick shot, and then search for our friend, the M41, who just got taken out, just as I'm swinging my gun over towards him. So that's that for him, and we'll go retake the C point. Things are looking a bit dodgy early on in the battle, but we'll see what we can do about that. You can see quite a bit of contesting going on for the 2 easternmost spawns, between both our guys being at the edge of their spawn and their guys being pretty much right on top of ours. So, yeah, that's what I like when there's multiple objectives to be fighting over, people driving to the enemy spawn, so always good. So I spent a long time over at the C point, watching out. You can see on the map over near our eastern spawn, there is still an enemy M18 from the original group that was up there. And I spent a very long time guarding the C point in case he came around from the other side up here and moved in to shoot at me from the side there while I was on C. He was still just playing cat and mouse hide and seek with somebody in our eastern spawn. So finally, when the tickets bled down as far as they have now, I decided it was time to go chase him down, free up our guys at the eastern spawn, and hopefully free up our guys, therefore, at our western spawn to move down after B or maybe A. So quite a lot of time has gone by here that was spent trying to figure out where I wanted to go next. And then got a hit on him rather, with my artillery, and tracked over to see if I could spot him. There's quite a bit of terrain here, and it was a little tough to tell whether or not I would actually be able to see him. And if there was actually a vantage point where I would be able to see him here. And the answer is no, there wasn't. And just as I decided, alright, well, I'll go drive my way around to A, find him there, and destroy him, Amazon drones delivered a gift right to my doorstep. And it was our friend, the M18. I was going to say M41, but no, he's an M18. So, M18 thusly dealt with. Time to move up to A. So I've reached up to the A point. There was an enemy light tank marked right where I just fired artillery there. So I punched artillery at him and then came around the corner and fired off my smoke to move into the cap. And right as I did, I spot him. And I totally just perfectly timed the gun whip, gun raise, whatever you want to call it there. And got a risky shot that actually hit him and killed him through the smoke there, which was pretty good and pretty timely because we really needed a cap here really badly. We did not have a lot of ticket play left. And I thought for sure that Comrade Zis truck here was going to be an enemy coming through the smoke, but thankfully he was friendly and joined me in the cap, and he even took up a complementary position to guard a different angle. So that was good. He even survived some counter-artillery fire. Although, unfortunately, he didn't survive that. And I had to repair both my tracks for a little while. P-47 flew around a little bit more. Apparently he still had some rockets left. Although he thankfully didn't damage me. And then he got shot down by an S.U.M.M.E.R. And that was that for him. So while I was reloading my smoke up here and grabbing a little bit more ammo, an M36 knocks out the S.U.M.M.E.R. that shot down the P-47, and he's marked on the map there just down to the left from A. So I'm speeding down here, find my friend the wrecked S.U.M.M.E.R. and see a destroyed tank up there just blocking out on the hill, though it was not the M36. I was expecting to see the M36 somewhere, and when I didn't, I thought, okay, there's far too many places he could have been and could have shot that S.U.M.M.E.R. from. I'm not about to go driving down there when I am the only friendly tank that's particularly close to A. My team started taking the B point, which is great, because we really need to reverse this ticket bleed, and fully reversing it is even better. So I'm backing off to just kind of hold closer to A as long as I can. And I hear an engine driving next to me, but it turns out it's probably my friend the T-44 coming up the road. I thought at first it was going to be the M36 up to my left, and then realized it's probably the T-44. So as I'm backing up to look down towards the B point, I realized that the shot I just heard was the M44 getting destroyed. And there's... oh, never mind, that's a Sherman. Knock out the Sherman, and in the smoke from my shot and the kill feed, I can't see the M36 hiding down behind a hill here. So fired off my smoke and then extinguished the fire, started a repair, get strafed a little bit by an airplane going by, and with a 50-second repair I thought, well, this is bad. And the M36 immediately took off and drove around my smoke and was able to hit me from just up the hill, so... So one of the other benefits of the 5.7 lineup that I have is both the Ostwind and the Whirlwind are very well suited for both anti-air and anti-ground duties at most of the things you'll see around 5.7. Not everything, of course. If you get up tier, if you get up tier to 6.7, you can have some real problems. Obviously, we were okay here. It was a 6.3 battle, which is all right. But you can pretty easily deal with most ground threats you're going to see, IS-2s probably being an exception. And you can especially deal with the things you're very likely to see, like a lot of M18 spam. You can deal easily with the Ostwind and relatively easily with the Whirlwind. And then, of course, they're both very good anti-air platforms. And most of the air that you'll see here, the cast-type assets, are going to be P-47s. Also pretty easy to deal with. So I'll spare you guys some uphill driving here and pick things up when we get up to A again. So my fellow Ostwind up here, who's capturing the A point, knocked out the M36 before I could get up there, and then the enemy team made it onto B as well and started taking that back. So I just spun right around the A point. I had no chance of making it there, driving up the hill in a Panzer IV chassis. And then I noticed this Chiri 2 knocks out an IS-1 that was right outside of our spawn. So I've got my eyes on the mini-map a little bit, and I'm wondering where the heck he is. I thought maybe he was near the sea point. I couldn't tell. I see some shots going down there, but I can't tell what, if anything, they're shooting at. And then the Oswin, who had just captured the A point, gets knocked out by that same Chiri 2, and I really don't know where he is now because I did not see or hear a shot. So I put artillery on the, turns out to be a Crusader, at the B point, and then I move to just get an overwatch on him and deal with the Chiri later, because I'm the only thing that's up at A right now, and I need to make sure nobody moves up and takes it. There's the Crusader now. By the time I can get my turret stopped and aim at him, he's snuck behind those rocks to the left. He is taking the long way around, and somebody else makes it up to A. So, really don't have time to mess around here. I need to stop this guy at A as fast as I can, or this battle's over. If he takes it, it's pretty much we're finished. Rather conveniently for me, it turns out he's an M18, and he's loading smoke shells to fire in front of him. And that suits my Ostwind just fine. So that's my 5th kill for the battle, which leaves me thinking right now, I got an outside shot at getting the 6 kills in one battle done here, which is one of the daily tasks to get the 234-3 accomplished. So I also did know, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the battle, I knew I only needed one more capture at this point, because I'd been playing a few battles already. I needed one more capture to finish the 10 captures that you need. And then I also had a few kills. I wasn't sure exactly where I was there. I finished up the capture for my 4th capture of the battle, and then moved out to where I know the Chiri is because I can see him getting marked. Somebody has just deployed a bunch of smoke down there. I get up here, I take a look, I don't see anything moving yet. And then as soon as I zoom in, what do I see but a Chiri 2, and detonate him, and there's my 6th kill of the battle. And that's a 2nd achievement done. And just for good measure, my friend the Crusader SPAA is coming up to A. And right as I was about to go driving away after him and chase him down at A, he appeared, and I was able to shoot him for my 7th kill of the battle. And he has decapped the A point, so I'll go recapture that while I'm up here. So I had taken a quick screenshot for my Discord to let him know that I had finished the 6 kills in one battle task for the day, which was nice to get. Because the other thing is, you only need to finish 2 days tasks for the 234/3, so that's a particularly nice one. It seems like Gaijin may have thrown us a small bone there for the ordeal of the IS-7. Also, you can purchase the day's tasks for Golden Eagles during this one, so it's doubly nice. So this was not a bad start to the event here, as you can see. I ended up with 7 ground kills, 5 captures, a 1st place, and just 2 deaths. That's not a bad battle at all on its own, and then it's particularly good when you're playing an operation event. And I even got a relatively healthy amount of Golden Eagles, which wasn't even really helped by my ersatz. So there you can see the score, 35-41, goes a long way too. There is no get 2000 score either. And the funny thing here, that bicolor camouflage for my Ostwind, I've already had that unlocked for a long time. But I did that before they introduced all the camouflages for rewards. So there you can see, those are the tasks. You can see I finished 2 of them in one battle, and that's how close I was to finishing all 3 of them in that same battle. One more kill would have done it. I got it in the very next battle, so. Anyway, I look forward to bringing you guys some 234/3 gameplay at some point. I'm undecided as to whether I'm going to do a first 10 on it, but that'll do for today. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time.